instituted cuts and tryouts for his team to make sure he had the kinds of players he wanted representing his team outside the chalk lines of the football field. Gildersleeve said the tryouts had fostered a more competitive atmosphere, and he and his staff said they were going to play the best players regardless of age or grade. True to his word, the River Rats are starting a freshman at quarterback in the form of Josh Johnson. The freshman is the son of University of Michigan running backs coach Fred Jackson, and the younger Jackson has performed very well. He's thrown for over 800 yards on the season with a completion percentage of 62.8% and 5 touchdowns. Huron will look to throw it to their bevy of wide receivers, Dan Hugan, Demetrius Sims, and E.J. Johnson. When the River Rats run the ball, they will use a host of backs. Quavon Smith and Samto Igwegbe have run for 332 yards between the two of them. Surprisingly, though, neither has scored a touchdown on the ground yet this season. Two guys to watch on this Hornet defense are linebacker Schuler Barker and safety Bruce Campbell. Both have made many tackles for the River Rats, and they both can have an impact on this game defensively. The series between these two schools is a bit more evenly matched than the one might expect. Huron last beat the Hornets 32-20 in 2009, which was also the River Rats' best season under Gildersleeve when they finished with a record of 5-4. These two teams used to play each other to open the season from 1996 through 2003. They did not play again until 2008 when Huron joined the Southeastern Conference. Overall, since 1996, the Hornets hold a 7-5 record over the River Rats in those 16 contests. Kickoff between the Saline Hornets and the Huron River Rats is on the other side of this break, next on Hornet Radio.
Wide receiver, number 2, Gage Hammond. Wide receiver, number 15, Caleb Luckett.
Wide receiver, number 1, Joey Grayson. Running back for the Hornets, number 32, Kevin Gross. And the quarterback for the Saline Hornets is number 5, Tyler Volkov. Mr. Joe Polka. Introducing the official for the game. Back judge from Lansing, Michigan, Mr. Dennis Bussey. Line judge tonight from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Mr. Brad Mutnick. Headlinesman from Brighton, Mr. Bruce Ritter. The umpire for tonight's game from Brighton, Mr. Jerry Evans. The referee for tonight's game from Williamstown, Tom Miller.
Welcome back to Hornet Stadium here on Homecoming 2012. Ann Arbor Huron will kick off the football to begin this contest. As usual, Nader Elowar and Gage Hammond will be back to receive the kickoff for Saline. This is a winless Ann Arbor Huron team. They come in after being competitive in a few of those games. The game against Monroe, they performed very well, a 41-25 loss. That was at home, and I know that Eric Redmond, the head coach at Monroe, had been quoted in the Monroe Evening News as saying he was not pleased with the performance. Grant Strickler will kick off the ball for the River Rats. And we're just about ready to get underway here at Hornet Stadium. Thank you for being a part of this Friday night action. Kickoff is hitting at the 5 and will roll into the end zone. Will be a touchback, and Saline will begin the football game with possession at their own 20-yard line. Tyler Palka, the senior quarterback, will lead his team out into the field. Now over 1,000 yards passing for the season, 9 touchdown passes to just 3 interceptions. It's been one senior year that I'm sure Tyler will never forget. He's been very pleased with the transition up here to Saline and has been very pleased with the success so far of his team. Saline in a 5-wide formation, both tailbacks split out as wide receivers. Tyler's going to look to throw. Will set in the pocket, jump a few times. Now he'll roll out towards the 20. He'll make a cut across the 21, maybe to the 23, and that's all he'll get. So a gain of 3 for Tyler on the QB keeper. Got a chance to sit in with the quarterbacks during their meeting before the game. Coach Palka said that he was going to try and throw the football a little bit early on. Of course, anybody who's followed Saline Hornet football this season knows the Hornets like to throw a lot. The most Tyler has thrown this season, 28 times against Ann Arbor Pioneer. Tyler's going to keep it on this one across the 25, near the 30. He's going to push his way forward and be very close to a first down. And marking at the 31, so that'll be good enough for a first down and a fresh set of downs here for Saline. It is Homecoming 2012. Lots of people on hand coming back into town. The parade beforehand had a superhero theme. The floats are all parked on the other side of the stadium from our broadcasting position. Palka in a 4-wide receiver set. He'll look to pass. Will roll to his left. Screen pass was batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 14, Avery Gregg. So the linebacker does a nice job to knock the pass away. It'll bring up second down and 10. Coach Palka also letting his guys know during the quarterback meetings that they would like to get some of those screen passes going. 4-wide receiver set. Again, Tyler will look back to the sidelines and get his instructions. Palka will look to throw that screen pass out in the flat, complete to Gage Hammond at the 30-yard line. Still on his feet, dances forward to the 35. So a short gain for Gage Hammond, his first reception of the evening. It'll be third down and long, officially third down and 5. So Saline, their first third down of the evening so far. Palka's going to be in a twin set with 2 backs with him in the gun. Handoff is to Kevin Gross. Gross across the 35, bounces outside near the 40 to the 45 before he's upended right there by Demetrius Sims. Run is enough to gain the first down, and a good run for Kevin Gross. For those who missed it, Kevin with 25 carries, 175 yards rushing. Talked with Coach Palka about it in the pregame, and really for a sophomore, that's about as good of a performance as you could ask for. For those who haven't followed Coach Palka's career, that's a norm in his offenses as Tyler looks to throw again. Pressured out of the pocket, he'll look to run. Now he'll keep it. Found Joey Zakrajcik wide open at the 45-yard line and very close to another first down. But 175 yards is certainly nothing to sneeze at. And as Joe reminded us, Coach Palka reminded us during the pregame show, only a sophomore. So you hope lots of growing room to go for Kevin Gross. Second down and 1 at the River Rat 45-yard line. Polka in a 5-wide set will look to throw. Screen pass is complete to Kevin Gross across the 45 to the 40, out near the 35, across the 30, down to the 25. Great job by Kevin Gross. Ran through some arm tackles and all the way down to the River Rat 25-yard line. Hornets will have a fresh set of downs there again. We talked about how the River Rats have been competitive in games. The lowest point total they've allowed so far is 35 points. Every other game, opponents have scored 41 points or more. So this Huron defense needs to be a little bit better if they hope to pull off a major upset here tonight. 5 wide receivers again. Tyler looked for that screen pass, wasn't open. Now goes back to Caleb Luckett. Pass was high and off of Luckett's hands, and will bring up 2nd down and 10. So Huron being a little bit more intelligent, seeing the screen pass before it happened, and that resulted in Polka being forced to go back the other way. Should Luckett have caught it, it probably would have gone for a 1st down, but instead, no harm, no foul for the River Rats, and it's 2nd down and 10 for Saline. 3 wide receivers set, fake the handoff to Kevin Gross. Now Polka will roll to his right. Looking downfield, throws high to Gage Hammond and just off his fingertips and rolls out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and 10 now. Polka comes back to the sideline. You can see he's a little frustrated with himself. That's something Coach Polka has worked with his son a lot with this season, rolling out of the pocket, trying to get his feet set and being a little bit more accurate with that football. 5 wide receivers. Gross comes in motion, fake the handoff by Tyler. QB keeper up the middle to the 25, where Tyler will be taken down at the 21-yard line. It will be short of the 1st down, so it'll bring up 4th down and 5, and decision time here for the Navy blue and gold. Coach Polka is certainly not shy to use Gage Hammond here. Gage's season-long 37 yards. That came against Pioneer back here at Hornet Stadium. And Saline's going for it. They'll be in a 4 wide receiver set. Kevin Gross will be back in the gun with Tyler. And they're going to burn a timeout instead. We'll take with them 8:11 to go here in the 1st quarter. It's 4th down and 5. We'll be right back here on Hornet Radio. Both teams back out on the field after that timeout. Saline will be in that same formation. 4 wide receiver, Handoff is fake to Kevin Gross. Tyler's going to keep it across the 1st down line near the 15, still pushing, and a great run there. Very physical for Tyler. Polka kept those legs churning, got past the 1st down marker and more. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. I don't know if they'll officially call that 1st and goal quite yet. It's just shy of the 10-yard line. I'm not sure if Saline can gain the 1st down. No, they're going to officially call it 1st and goal. So 3 wide receivers to Tyler's left. Snap is bobbled. Kevin Gross, luckily right there. I don't think Tyler was ready for it. Hit off his hand, and Kevin Gross falls on it. It's going to be a loss of 7 yards, I believe. Call it 8 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 17, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 17-yard line. Trips to Polka's left. He'll be in the gun with Kevin Gross. Tyler looking to throw, will boot left, looking downfield. Now will throw, looking back of the end zone for Sakrajczyk, and it's off his hands and out of bounds. River Rats had double coverage in the back corner of the end zone. Excuse me, that was Gage Hammond that was in the back corner of the end zone. Demetrius Sims in there on the play. It'll be third down and goal from the 17. So we'll see what Coach Palka and his staff draw up here, as Gross will come underneath, look to get the screen pass. He does, across the 15 to the 10. Near the 5, still on his feet, falls forward. He's going to be 4 yards short of the goal line. Almost got there for a touchdown. So another 4th down for this Hornet offense. And Joe Palka will have to roll the dice again, I would believe. This is a team you don't want to fool around with too much. They are winless, but as Coach Palka said at the beginning of the broadcast, they're very talented, very quick. Just not a lot of depth on this River Rat team. Palka comes back to the goal line. He'll have 2 backs with him when he's set up. There'll be twins to his right. Luckett and Zakrajcik split out wide. Palka gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Woolley. He'll boot right now, still looking to throw, and I will stop. Will throw back to Joey Zakrajcik and off his hands, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And the River Rats will take over at their own 4-yard line. So certainly not the way Saline had it drawn up to finish that first drive. And we'll see now what the true freshman, I should say just freshman, we're not in college ball, but the freshman Josh Jackson, the son of Michigan running back coach Fred Jackson, has performed fairly well this year. No, strike that. They've actually started Kevin Massini. The 5'11", 160-pound junior is under center. Man comes in motion. Massini will hand off at the line of scrimmage where he's met right there. So certainly a change of plans. Typically, Josh Jackson has been the starting quarterback most of the year. We see Kevin Massini come out instead, and I'm not sure if the ball was fumbled there. Calling Dwayne Boyd the ball carrier on that one. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 as they gain to the 5. So this is definitely a change, as Kevin Massini has not started the majority of this season. Wonder if Josh Jackson perhaps injured, or maybe they're just giving the junior a little bit more of an opportunity. 4 wide receivers this time for Massini. Tailback split off to his left. Boyd comes in motion, and they're going to call a false start. So mark half of the distance back to the goal line. It'll be somewhere between the 2 and the 3.
False start on the offense.
So set up just between that 2nd and 3rd hash mark there. 5:25 and ticking. No score here between the River Rats and the Hornets here on homecoming. Chris Schmidbaeur happy to be here for you with Hornet Radio. Massini in the gun again. There'll be 4 wide receivers. Actually more of a pistol look. Quavon Smith, the deep back. Option play will be pitched out to Smith. Now it'll be kept by Massini. He dances his way across the 5 out near the 10 now. A good run there by Massini. Most of the right side of that Saline defense bit on the fake pitch by Massini, and he was able to keep it and get all the way out to the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Let's see what this Hornet defense can do here on the River Rats' first 3rd down of the game. Pistol look again for Massini. 4 wide receivers. Boyd comes in motion. They'll pitch again. Now the pitch is off to Quavon Smith. He's across the 10, but now to the 15. He's knocked out of bounds past that 1st down marker. They're going to mark him at the 16-yard line, but that will be a River Rat 1st down. Quavon Smith has not scored a touchdown yet this season. has run for over 100 yards. He's, I'm assuming, a late addition to this roster. He was not on the original roster at the beginning of the season that we received, but he's certainly been a nice piece for the River Rats. Massini under center this time. Boyd will come in motion. They'll pitch to him around the right side to the 15, and he's tripped up there. Great tackle by Matt Goman. Goman got into the backfield and brought him down. It'll be, they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Looked like he might have gotten tripped up even behind that, but forward progress marks him at the 17-yard line. So Huron able to convert on that first set of downs, looking to do the same again here. 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Pistol look again, 4 wide receivers for Massini. He'll look to throw, and will try to throw out in the flat. Was blocked. The ball stripped away. It's loose on the turf. We'll see who ends up with it. Saline has not done the routine motion. I think Huron got it back. David Leopold fell on that fumble in the pile. It'll be 3rd down and long now for Huron. You can see that Massini wanted to throw the screen pass. Caleb Ashby did a nice job of getting in his way. That forced him to keep it, and he was stripped on the play, and Leopold was able to fall on it so that they didn't have a turnover in their own end. Massini in the pistol again, 4 wide receivers. Quavon Smith, they'll fake the draw play. No, they will give it to Smith across the 20 to the 25, and that's going to be very close to a Huron 1st down. Great call there by Corey Gildersleeve and his staff. Totally caught the Hornet D napping. They have not signaled for a 1st down. Now they do, and it'll be 1st and 10. So a great call there. 18-yard gain by the Huron River Rats. 1st and 10 now at their own 26, inside 2:15 to go here in the first. Massini in the pistol. Hands off to Quavon Smith, right back into the line of scrimmage where he's met by a whole host of Hornets. No gain on the play. I'm going to call it 1. 2nd down and 9. Some wholesale changes as Kendig, Sakarik, Travis Brown come back for the Hornet defense. Matt Monahan, Jake Swick on. His linebacking core has played really well the last couple of weeks. Massini gets the snap. He'll look to throw. Now will boot to his left. Still looking downfield. Pressured by Shuko. Steps up into another Hornet defender, and he's brought down near the line of scrimmage. John Smutney. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9. So good job by Smutney. Once he got past, Massini did get past Shuko. Smutney right there to make sure he got no more. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 now. Officially a loss of 1. 51 seconds to go here in the first. So a very quick first quarter here at Hornet Stadium. We've only been playing for about 20 minutes. As Massini in the pistol, he'll have a bunch formation to his left. Will look to pass. Pressured again, will throw, and it's complete across the 40-yard line. Good enough for another 1st down. That's Demetrius Sims. Gain of 12, 13 on the play. Barbu makes the stop, but not before a nice pitch and catch from Massini to Sims has another River Rat 1st down. This is a Hornet defense we've seen get better as the game progresses. Typically a little rusty to start on those first series. Monroe took it 80 yards on their first series last week for a touchdown. Bedford did the same thing against the Hornets in week 5. And I think Corey Gildersleeve is going to let time expire here in the first quarter. At the end of one, a little surprising, no score between the Hornets and the River Rats. We'll be back next with the second quarter here on Hornet Radio.
Fans, are you looking for some new Hornet gear? Check out the new online store recently. It's SalineHornets.com. You can also visit their site tonight to check out some of their products.
Second quarter just about to get underway. No score here at a very cool, damp evening at Hornet Stadium. Chris Schmidbaeur here with you for Hornet Radio. Thank you so much for being a part of our Friday night. Massini in the pistol. He'll look to pass right out of the gate here. Ball was underthrown again, but caught across the 50 to the 45. That'll be good enough for another first down. Nathan Hugon, E.J. Johnson, the receiver on that play. So we've seen the River Rats take to the air on their last 2 first downs, and they're driving on their first possession of the ball game. Huron has not won a football game yet this season, 0-6, but much more competitive as of late. Massini in the pistol. Trips to his left. He'll look to throw the screen pass. It's complete at the line of scrimmage across the 40 near the 35. Number 5, Nathan Hugon, the receiver. Gain of 9, should be very close to that first down. And Gordon. Gain of 8, so it'll be 2nd and 2. But Massini doing a nice job of engineering a drive that began all the way back at their own 4-yard line. Saline could not convert on a 4th and goal at the 4. And that's how Huron got the ball back. Handoff is to Quavon Smith. No, it's kept by Massini. Loss of about 1 on the play. Smutney coming off the field. He's walking a little gingerly. Coming on to replace him is number 28. That's Chris Slattery, the junior. Bring up 3rd down and 4. Massini in the pistol. He'll look to pass again. Pass is thrown over the hands of E.J. Johnson, so it'll be 4th down now at their own 39. This is an interesting decision here for Corey Gildersleeve. You've had a lot of success on this first drive. Do you decide to go for it here? You're on the other side of the 50. Saline gets decent field position, but not great. As we've seen with some of these schools with smaller rosters, special teams isn't the best. It looks like Gildersleeve is going to keep his offense on the field and go for it here on 4th and 4. This is a great call by Gildersleeve. You come into Hornet Stadium, you're not expected to win. Why not take a little gamble here and see what you can do with it? 4 wide receivers. Quavon Smith now splits out into the slot. Man in motion, and we'll see a flag here, as I think we've had a false start, and now it'll be 4th down and 9, so the decision becomes a little bit more difficult here for Gildersleeve. It's the second time that Dwayne Boyd has come in motion like that, and they ended up getting flagged. I don't know if that's on Boyd or if that's on Quavon Smith. But someone didn't get set, and it results in a false start penalty. So Gildersleeve now will elect to punt the football. Grant Strickler will be on to punt, also the place kicker for this team. Stands at the Saline 45-yard line, his 45-yard line. Now deep to receive is Brandon Gordon. Punt nearly blocked, as it's a pretty nice kick and fair caught at the 5, make it 6-yard line of Saline, and that's where the Hornet offense will take over with 10:33 to go here in the second quarter. 0-0 our score. Programming reminder this Tuesday night, Hornet Football Insider number 5, number 5, excuse me. Got confused with my numbers here. The final coaches show will be out at Wings Pizza and Things from 6:30 to 7:30. The Saline Pep Band will be there. The Saline cheerleaders will be there as well. We'll talk with Coach Palka, some assistant coaches, and lots of other people. Hand off to Griffin Woolley around the left end of the 10. Dives out near the 15. We'll mark him at the 14-yard line, so gain of 8 on that first down run. The second down and 2. Palka will be in the gun. He'll have trips to his right. Tyler hands off again to Griffin Woolley. Woolley across the 15, enough for the first down, now to the 19. Just short of the 20-yard line. Officials will wave the change through, and it'll be another first down for the Saline offense. Quavon Smith on the stop. Saline in that hurry-up offense again. Trips to Palka's left again. Hands off to Woolley. Woolley around the right side this time. Across the 30 to the 35. And all the way out to the 38-yard line of the Hornets. Another first down for the junior running back. And Saline moving the football very quickly. I think Joe Palka instructing his troops that he was going to be moving as quickly as possible up and down the field, at least on this drive. Palka fakes the handoff. Screen pass is incomplete, intended for Gage Hammond. Tyler swung it out a little bit too far in front of the senior wide receiver, and it fell to the turf. It'll be second down and 10 at their 38-yard line. We've seen a number of combinations of Saline Hornet uniforms this season. This time they're in the blue tops with white and yellow stripes. Fake the handoff by Palka. He'll keep it across the 45, 40, 50, 45. One man to beat. 35, 30. Can he get there? No. Pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line. 16-yard line. First down, Saline. So a great run by Tyler Palka on the keeper. Couldn't get past one man, but they're back in the red zone for the second time tonight with 9:34 here to go in the second quarter. Palka quickly up to the line of scrimmage, 4 wide receivers. He'll look to keep it again. Makes a man miss, now bounces out to the right side to the 10, inside the 10 to the 6. They call him at the 8. Hugan in on the stop. It'll be second down and 1. But as I was saying, uniforms blue tops with white and yellow piping, yellow pants with blue and white piping, and those new white helmets we've seen for Saline all season. Palka in the gun. He'll look to pass again. Tyler dances. Now he'll be pressured to the outside. Flag down at the 10-yard line. Tyler boots back the right side. Still looking to throw. He's got nobody in front of him, but he'll throw. Complete to Gage Hammond for a touchdown. We'll see what the flag is at the 10. If it's against Saline, it's coming back. If against the River Rats, it'll be a 8-yard touchdown pass from Palka to Gage Hammond. Excuse me. It is going to be on Saline, so illegal motion against the Hornets. That'll mark them 5 yards off. So it's the second week in a row that Tyler Palka has had a touchdown pass negated by a penalty. This one a little bit more modest. The last one was a 73-yard touchdown pass that was brought all the way back against Monroe last week. Palka will be in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Jimmy Craig is the far outside. Tyler's going to keep it on a QB draw across the 10. Another flag down at the 5 into the end zone. But we'll see what this flag is about. Flag is sitting at the 15. I think this one's coming back as well. I've not gotten an official signal from the officials yet. Oh, they're going to call it a touchdown. No flag on the play. And so Tyler Palka takes it to the house on a QB keeper, and it's 6-0 Saline with 8:43 to go here in the second quarter. A 13-yard scramble by the senior. And finally, a little bit longer than people thought, but Saline will be on the scoreboard. Gage Hammond's kick is up and right down the middle. 8:43 to go here in the second quarter. Saline on top, 7-0 over the Ann Arbor Huron River Rats. We'll be back next on Hornet Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank our sponsor, Hornet Football on the Inside Radio Show. Let's wings, pizza, and things. Catch the next Hornet Football Insider on Tuesday, October 19th at 6:30. Wings, pizza, and things.
Tyler Palka's 13-yard quarterback keeper makes it 7-0 Saline here. Schmidbaeur back with you here on Hornet Radio as the Hornets getting set to kick off. It'll be Max Recknagel who will kick off this possession. Quavon Smith, Daniel Hugan back deep for the River Rats. Ball hits at the 35. So a little bit of a squib kick by the Hornets.
His kick is fielded by Craig. He goes down immediately at the 28-yard line.
River Rats will take over at the 28, make it 29-yard line officially. So that's where we'll see Kevin Massini lead this offense back out. Did a nice job on that first drive, led the River Rats into Saline territory before it stalled out. Massini in the gun with 4 wide receivers. Gets the snap, will hand off to Quavon Smith around the right-hand side where Caleb Aspie meets him right there before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Get him just a few inches in front of that marker. Charles Slattery also in there. John Smutton still on the sideline for this Hornet defense. Seems to be okay. No JV game this week means a lot of sophomores and juniors are up with this Hornet varsity team that maybe don't typically dress. So Coach Palka has a whole host of folks ready to play tonight. Second down and 10 at the 29 now. Massini in the pistol. Will look to throw. Pump faked once, but he's going to be taken down in the backfield. A sack there on the play. I think it was Dominic DeMellis that got in there for the sack. So it'll be third down and long. Third down and 17 to be exact now, all the way back at the River Rat 22. Kendig and Sakarit come off. Barbu, Swick, and Ashby stay on. I'll bring the extra defensive back out. Joe Palka doing a nice job of mixing guys in. Chris Tarek is out on the free safety position. Rossini will look to pass. Will throw a high spiral out of bounds. Being pressured again. It'll be incomplete, and Ann Arbor Huron will be forced to punt. Bill Poet was in the backfield on that last play. So Grant Strickler will punt the football away with 7:01, trailing 7-0. Brandon Gordon back at his own 43-yard line to receive this kick. Punt is another good one as Gordon waves everyone off. Hits at the 44, and they'll mark it out of bounds there.
You
can actually say the ball went out of bounds at midfield, so kick looked better than it was from here anyway. And so Saline with great field position at the 50-yard line. Tyler leads his team back out into the field. See A.J. Korzik getting his first look of the night. Rain falling very heavily here at Saline now. We're expecting showers throughout most of the evening as Palka hands off to Gross up the middle. Gross cuts it back to the outside of the 40. Cuts it back inside to the 35, out near the 30, still on his feet all the way down to the 29. So a big run for the sophomore. Puts Saline deep into Huron territory. It'll be 1st and 10 now, just across the 30-yard line. And Tyler Palka and his mates not wasting any time getting back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4 wide receivers, make that 5 as Gross will line up in the slot. Tyler gives instructions to his offensive line. Tyler gets the snap, he'll look to throw, will get it complete to Jimmy Craig. They're going to say he was tackled short of the 25. Quavon Smith up there on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 5, make it 6 actually, with 6:12 to go here in the 2nd quarter. See this a lot where the Hornets will get back to the line of scrimmage quickly, get a play call from the sideline. Tyler in the gun with 5 wide. Gross is still lined up as a wide receiver. Pass is complete, no, over the hands of A.J. Korzik. Korzik had the big pass play right before halftime against Walled Lake Western in week 1. Saline was driving late trying to score against the Warriors and could not get it in. That was the play where seemingly 3 seconds ticked off after the play was done. Hand off to Griffin Woolley. He's across the 20 to the 15, 10, 5, into the end zone, touchdown, Griffin Woolley. 25 yards on the 3rd and 6 down play, and it's 13-0 Saline with 5:43 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Great job. Woolley made a man miss at the 5, and that was all that was between him and Pater, and puts the Hornets on top now by 13, pending an extra point. Gage Hammond will kick the extra point. Trent Tyson to hold. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So again, 5:43 to go here in the 2nd quarter. We'll be back next with more action here on Hornet Radio.
Something that's bigger than the final score. People will eventually forget who wins and who loses. But they never forget being treated with respect or disrespect. It's not a sometimes thing, it's an all-the-time thing. Sportsmanship is what makes sports educational. Good sports have always been and always will be winners.
A 25-yard touchdown run from Griffin Woolley has the Hornets out in front 14-0 now. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Max Recknagel will kick off the ball again. Quavon Smith, Demetrius Sims back to receive the kick. I think E.J. Johnson back there as well. Kickoff is squibbed again, hits at the 31. And the ball is loose on the turf. Both teams fighting over it there. Huron a little slow to get to that football. But the River Rats come out with it. It'll be first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. So Saline trying that squib kick on consecutive kickoffs, and give credit to Max Recknagel. He does a nice job with those. Being told it's actually Lawrence McGregor. Saline's roster not correct. Either way, Massini in a pistol formation with 4 wide receivers. He'll look to pass. Will throw, looking deep off the fingertips of Dwayne Boyd. It'll be second down and 10. So, tells you how often we see Lawrence McGregor kick for this team. He's not even on the official varsity roster. I think he kicks for the JV team. Typically, we see Gage Hammond handle all the kickoff duties, but tonight, for whatever reason, Gage not kicking off. 4 wide receivers again. Massini will be in the pistol with Quavon Smith, the deep back. Massini hands off to Smith, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Charles Slattery able to get a lot of pressure off that defensive end spot and takes Quavon Smith down for a loss of 3 yards. It'll be third down and 12 now. So a good job by Charles Slattery. We haven't seen him play defensive line a ton. He subbed in quite a bit. But with John Smutney limping back to the sidelines at the beginning of that second quarter, perhaps Slattery will play most of the evening. Be trips to Massini's left. He'll be in the gun with Quavon Smith. He'll look to pass. He'll roll to his left, still looking downfield, being pressured by Kendig and overthrows everybody. Kendig was hot in pursuit of Massini, and it'll force the River Rats to punt once again, making it 4th and 13. They'll punt from their own 22 now with 4:46 to go here in the first half. Saline on top 14-0. Grant Strickler back to punt once again. He's standing at his own 12-yard line. Brandon Gordon will be back to receive the kick. Strickler's kick is a wobbly one, but a hard one. Hits at the 31, gets a friendly bounce to the Saline 23-yard line, where it'll be touched there by Tyrus Stevens. So Saline, with 4:34 to go, I'm sure looking to extend this lead to 21-0 before the break. Pretty steady rain falling here at Hornet Stadium on homecoming. And the pregame parade started at 5:45 and saw some floats come down Campus Parkway and getting parked across the way from our broadcasting position. All that paper mache, I'm sure, will be fun to clean up with this weather tonight, tomorrow morning. It's pouring rain here at Hornet Stadium. As Tyler Palka's got trips to his left, will fake the handoff to Kevin Gross across the 25 to the, 25 to the 35 now. It's a good enough for a first down by Tyler Palka. Be a gain of 13. First and 10 for Saline. Hornets quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Trips to Polka's left once again. Snap is low. Tyler picks it up, tries to make something out of nothing, but he'll be taken down behind the 30-yard line. Be a loss of 7. Hugan in on the stop, and it'll be 2nd down and 17 for Saline. Snap looked like it never really got all that high. Walker will be with 2 backs in the gun now. Handoff is to Gross. He'll go around the right-hand side. Flag is down. Gross is across the 35 back near the original line of scrimmage. But my guess is it's a hold on Saline. It is indeed. So mark 10 yards off for Saline. And when it's all said and done, will likely be 2nd down and 27. Clock stopped at 3:38 to go here in the second quarter. So mark him all the way back at the 19-yard line.
2nd down and 27.
Well, Saline's got their work cut out for him here on this series of downs. Tyler's going to be in the gun with 2 backs again. Same play to Kevin Gross, this time up the middle. Back out near the 35, 30, so a great run by Kevin Gross. Gains 11 yards, but still 16 to go before they can gain the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 16 at the 30.
3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Polka getting his final instructions from the sidelines. Will be 5 wide receivers on the play. Assuming Polka going to pass here with 3rd and long. He will indeed. Will look underneath to Korzik through behind him. And it will bring up 4th down, and the Hornets will likely punt. First punt of the night for Saline. Gage Hammond will be back deep to punt. 2 men back deep for the River Rats. Demetrius Sims, one of the men back there. Hammond's kick is high, but not very deep. Will hit at the 46-yard line of Huron, and that's where they'll take over. Bounce back up to the 49. So tremendous field position for the River Rats if they want to try and get back in this one with 2:40 to go. This has been a really miserable night weather-wise. Damp, it's cold. Fall has officially arrived in southeast Michigan. The Hornet faithful still pretty strong tonight. A nice showing on hand. The away stands, not so much. Can't imagine I'd make this trek out in this weather. Hopefully they're listening on Hornet radio right now. Kevin Massini in the pistol. Will look to pass. Throws short. He's going to be pushed out of bounds there. That pass was complete to Demetrius Sims on the play. Be good for a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4. And Massini finds Sims for a quick hitter. Pushed out of bounds on that far sideline by Matt Monahan. Second down and 4 inside, well, almost inside 2 minutes anyway. Massini will be under center. 4 wide receivers, tailback behind him in the eye. Man in motion, pitch will be to the man, and it's flagged on the play. That was Daniel Hugan who got the pitch, but I think there was a River Rat moving again. Well, they're going to call no flag, so if I'm Corey Gildersleeve, I'm not too pleased. I think Daniel Hugan had the 1st down. give them a few yards, so make it 3rd down and 2. Minute 49 to go. Clock moving. Stay tuned for the Hornet Radio halftime show. We'll give you the first half statistics, and with homecoming tonight, we'll do our best to give you the results of the homecoming festivities. Hugon comes in motion. They'll pitch out to him on the left side again, and there's tackled in the backfield. Brandon Baldus makes the stop short of the 1st down. Joe Palka burns his 2nd timeout of the evening. 1 left to go here in the first half, but it'll be 4th and long for Huron. And we'll take one with them. Minute 22 to go here in the first half. We'll be back next on Hornet Radio.
Many students, the winners of a good face curriculum, can be challenging. Lakes Education founded in 2000, Lakes Education research students, grades K through 12, focused on the one-year module skills required to perform well in school and reach their full potential. We offer homework assistance, academic skills building, different organization, improvement study habits, even ACT and SAT preparation. Contact us today at 944-5658 or visit us at our new office located in the Art Shopping Center. Let's start helping our child achieve their academic dreams at Great Lakes Education.
Welcome back to Hornet Stadium. It'll be 4th down and 6 with 1:22 to go. Kevin Massini out there with the offense. River Rats are going to go for it. This could be an incredible gamble on their part should they not convert. Hugon's going to look to throw on the halfback pass down the field. It's intercepted, but I think they're going to have a pass interference. Matt Monahan took down Demetrius Sims, who was down at about the 20-yard line. And Monahan never turned around to look for the football, and it's pretty much the cardinal sin that you can commit if you're a defensive back in these situations. You've got to turn around and at least make an attempt to see where the football is at. It'll be an automatic 1st down. So the gamble pays off. Maybe not the way Corey Gildersleeve imagined, but he'll be in tremendous field position with 1:15 to go at the Hornet 32. 1:15 left to play here in the first half. That would be a big boost for the River Rats if they were able to get on the scoreboard before halftime. 4 wide receivers. They'll look to pass. Massini's pass is over the head of Daniel Hugon. The 2nd down and 10. Kevin Massini has done a nice job tonight. Really impressed with the junior. Not their usual starter, but either way, he's kept his offense on the field throughout most of the game. Hasn't resulted in any points yet, but he's done a really nice job leading his team up and down the field. He trips to Massini's right. He's in the pistol again. Single receiver to his left. Quavon Smith is the deep back. Massini will look to pass. Pump fakes, now throws it. It'll be caught at the... No, knocked away. I thought it was caught. Good job there. Looks like Matt Goman came over and put a pretty good hit. Demetrius Sims was the intended receiver. It was actually Nick Sakarik who put a pretty hard hit on Sims, and he dropped the ball out of bounds. If he had caught that, he would have been all the way down to the Hornet 12. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 10 now with 1:05 to go here in the second quarter. River Rats trying to get on the scoreboard, trailing 14-0 here on homecoming at Saline. Massini with 4 wide receivers. He'll fake the handoff. No, he will hand it off to Quavon Smith. Draw play again out to the 30 to the 29. So Saline doesn't fall for it quite in the same fashion that they did on that first series when Quavon Smith took it for 18 yards and a first down. So it'll be 4th and 5. 28-yard line of the Hornets. 59 seconds to go as Smith was able to get out of bounds. Gildersleeve is out near the 30-yard line talking with Massini. And they're going to take a timeout. I think they want to talk it over. We'll take one more with them. 59 seconds to go. Huron threatening to score late here in the first half. We'll be back with the remainder of the second quarter next on Hornet Radio.
Generously donating water. Freshman JV varsity pregame meals. Next time you want a total vehicle experience, for sales or service, visit LaFontaine on Michigan Avenue in Saline.
59 seconds to go here in the first half. Hornets up 14-0, and Corey Gildersleeve has called on his field goal unit. Grant Strickler will kick it. It'll be a 45-yard attempt. Fake on the field goal. Massini's going to look to pass. It's tipped away. Great defensive play by Nick Sakarik. So they tried a little bit of trickery, but Sakarik there. It'll be first down and 10 for Saline with 54 seconds to go here in the first half. For those who listened to the Hornet Tailgate show, you would have heard Coach Palka talk about his philosophy late in halves like this. If he can get points, he's going to try. We'll see if Saline tries to push the football down the field or if they'll just take their 14-0 lead into the locker room. There'll be four wide receivers. Kevin Gross back with Tyler Palka in the gun. Tyler looks to throw. Will complete it to Griffin Woolley across the 30 to the 35. And clock will run there. Hornets will be in the hurry-up offense. Mercer in on the stop. Receivers scramble to get in position. It's Korzik, Luckett, Hammond, Craig, and Woolley out there. Tyler's going to keep it on his own across the 40 to the 45, across the 50 to the 45. Tyler trying to get to that sideline, can't do it. Clock will stop on the first down. He's on the other side of the 50 at the River Rat 40. 23 seconds to go now. Palka will get back to the line of scrimmage quickly. He'll have trips to his right, single receiver to his left. He'll hand off to Griffin Woolley. Woolley across the 45 to the 35. 30, cuts back, drops the football. Got it back at the 25. It's good enough for another Hornet first down. So 13 seconds to go. Clock stops. Hornets have one timeout to go. Saline trying to put it across the end zone line with a little more, with a baker's dozen left to go. They'll have five wide receivers, and Huron's going to take a timeout. So Joe Palka might as well send flowers over to Corey Gildersleeve after the game for that gem. I'm not sure Saline would have had enough time. I think they were really pushing it there, but Gildersleeve gives him a nice gift there. When play resumes, it'll be first and 10 at the River Rat 25. Dr. Catherine Kelly would like you to know that little vampires aren't the only ones concerned with bites this Halloween. Kids with braces need to be careful when they bite into treats. The American Association of Orthodontists and Dr. Catherine Kelly Orthodontics remind all patients with braces to avoid caramel, bubblegum, taffy, peanuts, and taco chips. For brace-friendly recipes, check out braces.org. Both teams back out on the field, 4 wide. Griffin Woolley is in the shotgun with Tyler Palka. He'll look to throw. Screen pass is complete to Luckett at the 25, to the 15, to the 10. Still on his feet, 5. Is he in? Just short of the goal line. They're going to mark him. 4 seconds to go. The clock stops. Joe Palka all the way out at the 15, trying to burn that last timeout. And he'll get it. Joe still signaling. I don't know that any official has called it yet. Joe now all the way down at the 5, and they finally give Coach Palka his last timeout with 4 seconds to go. The screen pass goes all the way down to the 1-yard line. So 4 seconds to go. And just as I predicted, Coach Palka deciding to try and get whatever points he can while he's still on the field, and is what appears to be maybe 6 inches away from doing just that. Ball is placed in between the 1-yard line and the goal line. So we'll see what the call is here. Have one play. And knowing Coach Palka as I do, I doubt he's going to kick the field goal here. Both teams will come back out. So we'll see what the Hornets drew up there. Caleb Luckett encouraging that student section in their maze out this evening to cheer a little louder for Saline. 2 backs in the gun with Tyler Palka. Handoff is to Kevin Gross. Touchdown, Saline. Kevin Gross plunges into the end zone with no time remaining on the clock. What a tremendous drive engineered by this Saline offense. Gage Hammond on to kick the extra point. Trent Tyson will hold. Nick Sawyer, the long snapper. Hammond's kick was up and good. Snap was bobbled, but a good job as the Hornets head to the locker room. They get another touchdown right at the end of the half. Kevin Gross obliges them. It's now 21-0 Saline over the Ann Arbor Huron River Rats. We'll take a break. Be back with the Saline Hornet halftime show next on Hornet Radio.
Saline High School homecoming game. We are pleased to welcome all Saline alumni, students, staff, administration, community members, and guests back home for the festivities. The Saline Area Schools family is proud of its heritage and is thrilled to present this homecoming show based on those traditions. To all alumni, welcome home. To kick off the homecoming activities, we would like to present the 205-member Saline High School Marching Band, under the direction of Mr. Nate Lampman, and featuring drum majors Saline Hornets and Sarah Lynn Kopachik. SHS student body has completed their class floats. The theme for this year's float competition was superheroes. Class floats were judged on craftsmanship, creativity, class participation, and thematic design. Judges were selected from the Saline High School faculty and the community at large. We congratulate all of the classes for their teamwork and creativity in putting their class floats together. Please join me in congratulating the students, class advisors, and parents on a job well done. From the class of 2016, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the class of 2016. From the class of 2015, Thor, hammer time. From the class of 2014, wrap 'em up, Spider-Man. From the class of 2013, Saline Hornets, Batman. Special thanks goes to the class advisors for all their help this week. Freshmen advised by Madeline Clark and Sherry Horowitz. The sophomores are advised by Mike Dice. The juniors are advised by Nick Russo and Dr. Sartori. The seniors are advised by Tracy Birdsong and Guillaume Rosa. On behalf of the entire Saline High School staff, the homecoming committee would like to extend a special thank you to the class officers and the high school administration. Homecoming is fun, but it's also the product of countless hours of work by both students and staff. Without the support of a strong administration, these homecoming activities would not be possible. Thank you, Principal Julie Helber, Assistant Principals Marie Schneider and Joe Palka, Construction Director Jody Galinsky, and Athletic Director Rob White. Now, without further ado, we would like to introduce the 2012 homecoming report. On behalf of the FCCLA and the homecoming committee, who collected and counted coins to determine the winner, we would like to congratulate Mr. Pretty Legs 2012, Jack Nissen. Jack is the son of Kelly and Todd Nissen. He is a member of the cross-country team in Langford. After school, he works at Quality 16 Theaters. Jack plans on attending either FSU or Michigan next year. Congratulations, Mr. Pretty Legs, Jack. Mr. Pretty Legs is escorting the 2011 homecoming queen, Kelly Richard. Kelly is the daughter of Linda and Willard Richard. Kelly is at Michigan State University, where she has joined the running club. She is currently cheering on the Spartans, but is a true Blue fan at heart. Welcome home, Kelly. Homecoming court and queen was held this week at school. The results are as follows. Representing the class of 2016 is Whitney Raines, the daughter of Elizabeth and Jim Raines. Whitney is involved with sideline and competitive cheerleading and lacrosse. Brittany loves spending time with her family and friends and riding horses. She also participates in activities at her church. Brittany is being escorted tonight by Matt Peavy, the son of Sharon and Peavy. Matt is in the SHS marching band and is a member of the crew team. Outside of school, Matt is active in his church and the Boy Scouts. Representing the class of 2015 is Abby Rentschler, the daughter of Beth Ann and Lyle Rentschler. Abby is active with both the cross-country and track teams and is the vice president for the sophomore class. Abby also works at Mickey's Dairy Twist. Abby is being escorted tonight by Logan Wetzel, the son of Patty and Dennis Wetzel. Logan is also a member of both the cross-country and track teams. He also belongs to the Interact Club and is the sophomore class treasurer. Representing the class of 2014 is Laurel Boudreau, the daughter of Susan and Mark Boudreau. Laurel is a member of the varsity field hockey team. She is thrilled to represent the class of 2014. Laurel is escorted tonight by Chase Campbell, the son of Ann and Scott Campbell. Chase is a member of the football, wrestling, and track teams and participates in activities at his church. Now introducing the homecoming court representatives from the class of 2012. First we have Kelly Hall. Kelly is being escorted by her parents, Lori and Mitch Hall. Kelly is a member of the cross-country and track teams. She has been a part of the Saline National Honor Society, Interact Club, and the FCCLA. Outside of school, Kelly has volunteered with the Saline Youth Council, Food Gatherers, Meals on Wheels, and the Saline Rec Center. She has also traveled to Nicaragua on a mission trip. Kelly plans to become a University of Michigan Marine and study epidemiology. Her escort tonight is Taylor Tickner. Taylor is the son of Jeanette and Brian Tickner. Taylor is in the welding program through the consortium and is a member of the SHS wrestling team and the Michigan USA wrestling team. After graduation, Taylor plans to train at the Olympic Training Center for Greco-Roman wrestling. Next is Chelsea Weathers. Chelsea is the daughter of General Michael Weathers. Chelsea is a member of the softball team, the photography club, Writers Inc., CTE, and NHS. Outside of school, Chelsea has a job as a photographer. Chelsea plans to study business at either Michigan or Michigan State. Escorting Chelsea is Grant Rashawn. Grant is the son of Marty and Todd Rashawn. Grant is a member of the cross-country and track teams at Saline High School. Grant will be attending Iowa State University, where he also will run cross-country and track. Next we have Melissa Umpleby. Melissa is accompanied by her parents, Patrice and Jan Umpleby. Melissa is the state president of FCCLA, senior class vice president, and a member of NHS, the Pit Orchestra, FCA, and the SHS varsity swim team. She also is a member of the Fortune Moonlight Quartet and the Saline Fiddlers, and volunteers at Breckenridge Village. Melissa's goal colleges include the University of Michigan and Tufts University, where she plans to study medicine. Melissa is being escorted tonight by Joe Omachinsky. Joe is the son of Donna and Jeff Omachinsky. He is a member of FCCLA, Student Council, and the SHS Marching Band. Joe has applied to Otterbein University and hopes to Finally tonight, we have Devin Wetzel. Devin is the daughter of Patty and Dennis Wetzel. She is a member of the Saline Cross Country track teams. She is also a member of the Symphony Orchestra. Outside of school, Devin volunteers with Zion Lutheran Church as a Sunday school teacher, vacation Bible school teacher, and has been part of the senior luncheon team for 10 years. She also volunteers her time working at the 2 5K races hosted by Girls on the Run. Devin is escorted tonight by Riley McHugh. Riley is the son of Nancy and Andrew McHugh. He is a member of the SHS marching band and the cross-country team. He will major in engineering at either MSU or Michigan next fall. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the 2012 Homecoming Queen, Kelly Hall. Kelly will be crowned by the 2011 Homecoming Queen, Mike Richard. Congratulations, Kelly. Homecoming committee following people for the use of their vehicles for tonight's parade. The class of 2016, a convertible driven by John Boxer. The class of 2015, a convertible owned and driven by Lyle Fitchler. The class of 2014, a 2005 BMW 645i owned and driven by Grace Reeves. For the class of 2013, we had a 2007 Pontiac Solstice driven by Jeremy Hogan. 1992 Corvette driven by Steve Milliman. 2010 Ford Mustang owned and driven by Phil Gibson. 1988 Ford Mustang owned and driven by John Hyder. And 2012 Camaro driven by Tony Laforsa. A special thanks to Kurt and Grace Reeves for the use of their RV to host the homecoming court before the game. Now we have the results of the float judging in the class spirit contest. Student Council Advisor Miss Kristen Glass will be presenting these awards. The class representative, please report to the field to accept your award. The principal's award goes to the float from the class of 2014 for their float. Wrap 'em up, Spider-Man. This year, the first place float goes to the class of 2013 for their float. Saline Hornets, Batman. And finally, the Spirit Trophy for 2012 goes to the class of 2016, the freshmen. Congratulations to all of the students that have been showing during Homecoming Week 2012. 2-5-2-1. 5-3-3. Please report to the press box to claim your winnings of $170. If you have a red ticket, please report to the press box. Prize is $170 and goes to the holder of ticket number 2521533. That's ticket 2521533. Your winner is 1950 Mary Roscoe. Please report to the press box.
Excuse me, 21-0. So Lawrence McGregor will tee the ball up. Hugon and Smith are back deep to receive this kickoff for the River Rats. McGregor ready to kick the ball off. We'll see him kick it. It'll be fair caught. Oh, bounced off the chest. Ball is live and is picked up by the Hornets. So the River Rat receiver signaled for a fair catch. It bounced right off his chest. And Saline will take over the football at the Huron 45-yard line. What a crazy series of events. It appeared as though Felipe Gonzalez tried to fair catch that ball and literally hit him right in the worst place in the world, his hands, and it rolled back out to the 45-yard line. Screen pass is caught by Gage Hammond across the 35, past that first down marker all the way down to the 30-yard line. So a nice pass play between Palka and Hammond has the Hornets with a first down. Got a player down on that far sideline for Ann Arbor Huron. not seen a number. We had a player last week go down in Monroe. Donovan Matthews was a linebacker for the Trojans. He went down late in the ball game, brought him up from the field and took him back to the Trojan sideline. He ended up needing to be spine boarded and driven away by ambulance. I unfortunately did not get an update, but I suppose no news is good news in this situation. But certainly if Donovan's family, for whatever reason, may be listening out there, certainly hope he is doing better this week. Hornets ready to go again, 3 wide receivers. Kevin Gross in the gun with Tyler Palka. Palka's going to look to pass. He's going to throw complete at the 20-yard line. A.J. Korzik on the catch, his first catch since week 1 out at Walled Lake Western. That's good enough for another first down. Quavon Smith came up. I thought Korzik's knee may have hit right at the 20, but they let him play on. And so Saline with another first down. Palka's going to be in the gun with 3 wide receivers again. Kevin Gross will be split off to his left in the gun. Tyler looking to pass once again. We'll go to Caleb Luckett. It's complete at the 16-yard line. So a 4-yard gain for Caleb Luckett. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Hornets. This drive all started after Felipe Gonzalez couldn't haul in the kickoff. And Saline got it after it bounced off his chest and rolled all the way out to the 46-yard line of Ann Arbor Huron. Palka with 4 wide out there this time. Kevin Gross still back with him in the shotgun. Pressure coming backside, and Tyler's going to be sacked. Back at the 24-yard line. Good job to apply pressure from the backside. Quavon Smith came untouched on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 13 now. Back at the River Rat 23. Tyler and his teammates looking back as the coaches signal out the play call. Kevin Koger's the main signaler on that sideline. Tyler looks to throw. He'll boot to his left, pressured again, steps up in the pocket. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down back at the 28-yard line now. So another sack for the River Rats as they brought the house, and Saline not enough guys back to block it. It'll be 4th down and a mile. We'll see what the Hornets do here. This would be a pretty long field goal. 17-yard stand between the Hornets and a first down. They're going to go for it. Tyler with 3 wide receivers. Gross will be the tailback. Tyler steps up, looks to throw deep down the far sideline. Gage Hammond goes up, and the ball bounces off his hands. Thought he might have caught it, but it was knocked away at the last second, and a turnover on downs, and Huron will take over at their own 27. We'll see what Kevin Massini does in this second half. The junior quarterback who started in place of Josh Jackson was 4 of 11 for 43 yards in that first half. Rushing-wise, 5 carries for -5 yards, but they did a nice job of keeping this Hornet defense off balance. See if he can finally lead his teammates into the end zone on this first drive of the second half for the River Rats. 4 wide receivers. Massini is in the pistol. Quavon Smith is the deep back. They'll throw the screen pass out in the flat. Makes a man miss, but barely back to the line of scrimmage, if that. Hugan was the receiver on the play. Didn't see who made the tackle. Chris Slattery, they're going to give credit for the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 11, so they're going to lose a yard on that screen pass to Daniel Hugan. 8:45 left to go in the third quarter. Saline on top 21-0 here. And a wet, cold Hornet Stadium here on this Friday night. Thank you so much for spending part of it with us here on Hornet Radio. Massini will look to pass again. He's in the pistol, being pressured to backside, and Charles Slattery again with a sack in the backfield. It'll be 3rd down and long, and Charles Slattery, since coming on for John Smutney late in the second or early in the second quarter, has really made his presence known in a short amount of playing time. Slattery is not your typical defensive end size, goes only 5'11", 165, but that quickness has allowed him to penetrate into that Huron backfield a lot tonight. Massini is in the pistol again. 4 wide receivers, Quavon Smith behind him. Massini will look to pass on this 3rd and long, trying to air it out down the sideline. Goman had the ball ripped away from him, but they're going to say the receiver was out of bounds. Matt Goman was in position to make an interception. Pass was intended for Demetrius Sims, and it'll force the River Rats to punt. Rain has softened, I suppose, a bit here at Hornet Stadium, but it's been raining pretty much throughout the entire football game. It was a 60% chance of showers coming into the game tonight. We saw it rain for a solid 20 minutes or so before the game. There was a brief pause, but the showers have started up and rained pretty much throughout the ball game. Punt is not a good one. Will roll out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Ann Arbor Huron. So Grant Strickler's punt, not a very good one, and the navy blue and gold in great field position again. Up 21-0 with 7:31 to go here in the 3rd. It'll be 4 wide receivers. Now Griffin Woolley, the tailback with Tyler Palka. Handoff is to him around the left side. Makes a tackler miss and gets all the way out to the 41. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Saline. Palka will be out there with 3 wide receivers. Griffin Woolley back with him in the shotgun. Palka hands off to Woolley around the left side. Across the 40 to the 35. Good enough for the 1st down. Out at the 30-yard line. Hugan on the stop. It'll be a 1st down for Saline at the Huron 30-yard line. Suppose I would be remiss also not to mention that tonight's audio can also be heard on the Saline Community Network, as they're broadcasting this game tonight and using my vocals for the broadcast. Screen pass is complete to Gage Hammond across the 25. He'll go to the end zone. 5, touchdown, Gage Hammond. So a 30-yard screen pass, and Gage Hammond did the rest after Tyler Palka completed at the 28-yard line. And it's another touchdown for the Hornets. They now lead 27-0 with 6:35 to go here in the 3rd. Hammond stays on as he always does to attempt the extra point. Trent Tyson to hold, Sawyer to snap. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and good. So at the 6:35 mark here in the 3rd, Saline now leading by 28. It's 28-0 here at Hornet Stadium. We'll be back next with more here on Hornet Radio.
Is your smile bothering you? There's like crooked teeth and spacing issues. Confidence and pride come with straight teeth and great smiles. Located on Michigan Avenue, Dr. Catherine Kelly has been helping people of all ages in the specialty of orthodontics. Dr. Kelly and her knowledgeable staff strive to provide any patient with the care and comfort they deserve. Give them a call today at 429-7676 to schedule your complimentary consultation, or visit them online at drcatherinekelly.com. Why suffer with Dr. Kelly when he gives you the smile you deserve? And we're still looking for a winner in our 50-50 raffle. Winning ticket 233-9233. You have ticket 233-9233. Please report
30-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Palka to Gage Hammond has Saline out in front by 4 touchdowns now, 28-0 with 6:35 to go here in the third quarter. Lawrence McGregor will kick off this football once again. McGregor's kick was fumbled by Felipe Gonzalez last time. This time Daniel Hugan will receive it at the 30. He's going to run to the right side across the 35 to the 40. Still on his feet, but finally dragged down at the 42-yard line of the River Rats. And it'll be 1st and 10 there for Ann Arbor Huron. Sakaric in on the stop for Saline.
Down Huron, good field position on 43-yard line.
Massini will be back out there. 4 wide receivers again. Quavon Smith next to him in the shotgun. Snap is high. And actually Hugan's the one with the snap. He's still on his feet. He's all the way back at the 15-yard line. And it'll be pushed out of bounds at the 23. So a monstrous loss for Daniel Hugan. And took I believe a 20-yard loss on the play. It is indeed. So Daniel Hugan made a mistake even worse by trying to run his way out of it. So make it 2nd down and 30. Not many plays designed to pick up 30 yards in a playbook for a coach, so Corey Gildersleeve's offense got his work cut out for it here. Massini back at center now with 4 wide receivers out there. They'll fake the handoff. Nope, they will hand it off to Quavon Smith, still on his feet across the 35 to the 40. Past that original line of scrimmage. What a great gain there by Quavon Smith. It's a gain of 24 yards on the play, on that draw play, so that's one that certainly worked wonders tonight for the River Rats. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now at the Huron 37. Talked about how dangerous Quavon Smith was. He's proven to be that in certain situations tonight, especially on that counter draw play. Massini under center this time, 4 wide receivers. Will look to pass, pressured backside, and he's sacked once again, taken all the way back to the Huron 37. Charles Slattery with the sack again. Jake Swick in there as well, so Charles Slattery doing his best to be the Hornet Radio player of the game. And Huron will be forced to punt once again. Grant Strickler back to punt. He'll be at his 26-yard line, excuse me. Strickler's punt is a decent one. Gordon backpedals. Ball hits at the 25 and rolls out of bounds at the Hornet 24, which is where Saline will take over now with 4:32 to go here in the third quarter. While we have this brief moment of stop in the action, we'll remind you that the Hornet Football Insider will be live once again from Wings, Pizza, and Things this Tuesday night. It'll be our last regular season edition. A pep rally of sorts. We'll have the pep band out there, the Saline cheerleaders coming out as well. Joe Palka and some of his players and staff will come out to Wings, Pizza, and Things as well. 6:30 to 7:30 on State Street this Tuesday night. Again, Wings, Pizza, and Things, your home of the Hornet Football Insider. Palka back out on the field. 2 wide receivers, 2 backs with him in the gun. Tyler hands off to Kevin Gross. No, he's going to keep it around the right side, dives forward to the 30. Gain of 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4. So a nice gain there by Tyler Palka. Seen him carry the football quite a bit this evening. We saw him run the ball a lot against Walled Lake Western and even a little bit against Ypsilanti, but Really, tonight has been the most we've seen him carry it since week 2 of the season. 4 wide receivers. Gross comes in motion. Handoff is to him around the right side. Across the 30, at the 35, still on his feet. Cuts back to the 40, 45, 50. Couple men to beat. He's all the way inside the Saline 35. Flag flies at the end of the play. I think they're going to get Saline possibly for a block in the back. Craig Smith was down with Kevin Gross, and it's going to be a block in the back on the Hornets. So mark him back 10 yards from the end of the run. Either way, it's still a first down for Saline, but Craig Smith really didn't need to block the guy that he did. I'm sure tomorrow on film they'll let him know that. 3:42 to go here in the third. Hornets looking back to the sideline to get the play call. Brad McCormick makes his first appearance of the night at running back. Polka's in the gun with McCormick to his right. Snap is low into the outside. Tyler picks it up and just falls back at the 46-yard line of the Hornets, so it'll set up a third down and long. With the continuous rain, I'm sure it's made for pretty slick conditions. Trying to keep balls dry out there has been a challenge, to say the least. And it makes it even worse when you're trying to snap it back to a quarterback 60 or so times in a ball game. Tyler in the gun with trips to his left. He'll throw the underneath route to Caleb Luckett, complete to the 50 to the 45. Out back to the 40. Luckett's still on his feet, as I think everybody but Tyler Polka converged on the football at the 40-yard line, but it's going to be short. It'll be 4th down and 2. Third down and 3, not 4th down and 3. Griffin Woolley is back on at tailback with his 3rd down play. Going to be 3 wide receivers. Woolley will be to Polka's right in the shotgun. Saline on top, 28-0, looking for more. Handoff is to Woolley, and he slipped in the backfield. Actually lost 2 yards. 4th down and 5. Inside of 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Saline's going to go for it, up 28-0 on their side of the 50. I don't think they want to give Huron the ball back if possible. And they drew the River Rats off sides. That's the Tyler Polka special. That hard count is something that we saw Monroe jump off sides 5 times last week. And let's be honest, there were about 3 or 4 more other times where he was pretty close to drawing them off as well. For those of you who listened to the game last week against Monroe, you noticed that that's something that Saline loves to do. So it'll be 4th and 1 now. Gross and Woolley will be back in the shotgun with Polka. Receiver to either side. Handoff is to Gross. He bursts across that first down line inside the 30-yard line. So a gain of 9 yards on the play is good enough for a first down for Saline, and they'll have the ball and a fresh set of downs at the 29-yard line of Huron. Brad McCormick checks back in. Gross and Woolley check out. Gage Hammond back out on the field as well. McCormick had a nice end of the game against Adrian. We saw him run for a 52-yard touchdown. Tyler will look to throw. Will go deep over the middle to Korzik. Hits off his hands and intercepted. Flag on the play. Pass was intercepted by Dwayne Boyd. But there is a flag sitting at the Huron 10, and I think they're going to have pass interference. We would see what the officials say. Trey Allen was doing his best to politic for a reversal of the call. Not seen an official signal yet. It is a pass interference on Huron, so negate that interception for Tyler Palka. It'll be an automatic first down, half the distance to the goal line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets at the 16 with 30 seconds to go here in the third, and up by 4 touchdowns at 28-0. Seeing a couple more of those reserve players, guys who haven't seen a whole lot of time. Brad McCormick, one of them. We mentioned A.J. Korzik, who hasn't seen a lot of action since the first week of the season. Tyler in the gun, hands off to Kevin Gross around the right side, across the 15 to the 10. Good hit there between Gross and E.J. Johnson. Strike that Demetrius Sims. Gross pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line all the way to the 8. Another flag on the play. Crowd wanted a late hit on Gross out of bounds. And it is that on the River Rats. So mark the Hornets half the distance closer. It'll be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line now. So Tyler Palka and his teammates just 4 yards away from the 5th touchdown of the evening. Handoff is to McCormick. McCormick cuts, pushes his way. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown, Brad McCormick. 34-0 now, Saline. And the Ann Arbor Huron River Rats, nothing. Good run by Brad McCormick, his first touchdown run since the Week 3 win over Adrian. Gage Hammond will trot on for the extra point. Tyson, as usual, will hold. Nick Sawyer will snap the football. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hornets on top, 35-0. We'll be back next with more here on Hornet Radio.
And we have drawn another winning ticket to win $50. Still have $7 we are trying to give away. Don't throw your tickets away. Pull them out and take a look. Do you have ticket number 2521011? You have ticket number 2521011. You're tonight's winner. Please report to the rest box. You pull out one of the winnings.
If you have anything
If any of those numbers are Travis Brown will kick off.
Travis Brown on to kick the kickoff for Saline. Hornets on top, 35-0 after a 4-yard touchdown run by Brad McCormick. Brown's kick is squibbed and picked up at the 21. Now dropped again, and Hugon will have to fall on it at the 22-yard line, make it the 23. Since the Hornets are up by 35, the taps rule will be in effect, which means that we'll have a running clock the rest of the way. It's also the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, Saline on top, 35-0. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes of action next on Hornet Radio.
Or a place that has a great meal. Look no further than Wings Pizza and Things Sports. Whether you're looking for a place to meet with friends or celebrate a big Hornet win, Wings Pizza and Things Sports Grill, located on State Street near Saline High School, is the place to be. From pizza and wings to delicious Mexican platters, they have the best meal to satisfy your appetite without breaking your budget. Wings Pizza Things Sports Grill is also the home of the Hornet Football Insider. So whether you are looking for a place for great food, friendly service, or a great atmosphere, you have to go to Wings Pizza Things Sports Grill today.
fourth quarter getting underway. Hugon is back to play in the Wildcat. He's hit at the 25-yard line after a short gain. Saline on top 35-0. As we said, the tips rule in effect. Only stoppages in play will come from turnovers, injuries, changes in possession. It's a better effort for the Michigan High School Athletic Association to make sure sportsmanship is held up here in the state, and we've seen this a couple of times. Ypsilanti was one of them. I think we also saw it against Adrian as well. Hugon is still in the Wildcat formation. Snap is high. He's going to roll to his left in pursuit from behind. Tackle was made by Jordan Olson. So Olson coming from the backside made a nice stop. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for the River Rats. Lots of new faces on the football field, as we talked about. No JV game yesterday, which has allowed Saline to play as many juniors and sophomores as they so shall choose to do. Guys like Brian Diefenbach out there in the secondary. And Travis Brown is seeing more full-time. Travis comes in as a nickelback, but he's on the far sideline. Massini is in the shotgun. He'll look to pass, rolls to his right, still looking downfield, being pressured from the backside. Will throw and complete out to the 40-yard line. Nice pitch and catch to Demetrius Sims. All the way out to the Huron 39. It's good enough for a first down. Gain of 16 for Massini. And the River Rats with new life at their 39. 9:50 to go here on this wet, damp, cold homecoming of 2012. Massini in the pistol, 4 wide receivers. Quavon Smith is the back behind him. Hugon comes in motion. They'll look to throw that screen pass. No, they'll go over the middle. Passes over the head of everybody. Closest person to it was Brian Diefenbach. Travis Brown was also in coverage, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Saline. Chris Tarrant subbing back in. Some of those regulars still out there. Matt Monahan, Jake Zwick. Strike that Zwick comes off now. Grant Ellis is out there playing at linebacker.